Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. Welcome to the final days of Rainbow Infinity. We are down to needing 635 stitches. So, will we finish it on stream today? Probably not, because instead of working on it this morning like I had planned to, I fulfilled my orders from my shop, and I finished up my classwork that was actually due last night, but I got it done today. So my teacher, I've been up to speed every day since we started. So one late assignment's not gonna ping me too bad. Ugh, and I've been making doctor's appointments because those are always fun. All I want is a blood test, and they are making it like pulling teeth to get this blood test. So I'm going in Thursday, so that's gonna be fun. But it will not affect our stream time. Oh, because it's at 8 a.m. Always fun. I get to wake up and be out of the house before husband creature even thinks about leaving. Oh. Okay. So we're working at the very, very top, and I'm just trying to figure out where, because this Wednesday, I am absolutely positively hoping that there will be no work in progress pictures. I don't have to cook dinner today, and it's all in line that, in theory, I could get done all of this today. Will I? Who knows? But I sure am gonna try. Okay. Oh. Winter doesn't know what it's doing, so it has been like super duper hard to accomplish anything at my house, to be fair. Because I'm not starting yard projects because I know it's too early for that. I could start my seedlings and whatnot, but I haven't had time for gardening in a good long time, so I just take care of what I have. But let's see, where's that? Okay. Just trying to use my straggly thread for weird stitch hopping. But yeah, my stove has been. It's like I haven't really needed the wood stove, but we still need the wood stove because it is still kind of cold outside. So we don't need a lot of the wood stove, but just a little. And it's been a hot mess. So getting it going is very frustrating. I've just been doing scraggly stitches. It's nothing to write home about. I'm trying to get down to the block coloring, which is down here, but I gotta get through the stragglers first. And I'm hitting the bar, so it's difficult. So what has everybody been up to lately? I feel that I've been doing a lot of talking, and I'm like, no, this is my stream. That's what I do, is I talk. One more stitch. One more stitch. You have it in you. Red chicken. And this is one area where there was a bit of a counting error. It doesn't look bad. You can't see it. But I'm trying to maintain the what I need to have where I need to have it so that it looks reasonable. So 3747 has 217 stitches left. So that is relatively exciting. For me, it's exciting. I have gotten all of my fabric all like organized by size. I need to sit down and take inventory, to be completely honest. I need to sit down and measure and double count, because I buy a lot of stuff from thrift stores. I buy a lot of lots off of eBay, and I love doing that because it saves everybody money all the way around, because if I don't have to spend a lot of money to get the stuff, I don't have to charge a lot of money to make a profit. So, and I'm not exploiting anybody, because honestly, I'm probably keeping a lot of the shit out of the landfills. So, a lot of my string, like last week I rescued an entire string collection, and after my training tomorrow, I'm gonna hit up some more thrift stores and see what I can get. One of my coworkers, so she just hit old enough to get AARP benefits. So she shows up with I think it's for your car, but it's a divider thing that expands out and it's insulated and everything like that. So I think it is for shopping and putting your groceries in your car. She gave it to me. She's like, "Sarah, do you want this?" I'm like, "Yes." And I used it to separate the counts of my fabric. So I have my 14 count, my 18 count. I have my 16 count in with like my linen and Hardinger, because it's easy to tell the difference between 16 count and Hardinger. It's also easy to tell the difference between 18 count and 14 count, but it is not easy to tell the difference between 14 count and 16 count. That I actually take one of my orders that just went out today, wanted a 16 count, and I had one sheet of 16 count, and it came out really good. I have pictures that I'll be uploading to the fabric colors later on after I edit them and cut out around it. But yeah, this person ordered my ombre green, and which is Emerald City, but I think I'm gonna rename it Emerald Dream, because I have a black and green ombre that I named Emerald City, not paying attention to myself. I also am redoing all the sizes I have available and streamlining it a little bit. Working on that, but that's all part of the big renovation that after I get done the class that I'm in, that's going to happen. I feel awful. Like I started my website. I really got my Facebook page going, which I will be posting on later on today. I got all of these things going, and then I started this class, and it just kind of all went out the window. And I apologize for that, folks. It was just a wild and crazy ride, and in all fairness, it was too good of an opportunity to turn up. So I opted to go with it. And I have craft fair in person March 26th, so I've been gearing up for that. Um, I've been actually pretty busy. I'm kind of surprised that I've managed to stay as busy as I have. Um, I have not shown them off too much, but my long stitch, I made almost done. I have some French knots that I have to finish. But I did a long stitch sunflower on a Carhartt hat. Now there's someone on TikTok who already does this, and they charge like $70. And I might eventually get there, but right now I'm not. And I'm almost done that for a coworker. And I'm impressed with myself that I actually managed to do it. Though it kind of has inspired me that I'm gonna try one of my smaller stencils and just like pencil outline on just a piece of fabric, and uh, do an embroidery, like a color by number, essentially, an embroidery of that stencil, and see how it goes. Nothing huge though, because long stitch is definitely an art. Long stitch, to get someone to long stitch something. It's a dyeing craft. I'm not quite sure why. It is actually it's easier than cross stitch in my honest opinion. Embroidery is probably easier than cross stitch, but it is dyeing, so finding someone who actually knows how to do it is apparently very impressive, and people will pay for it. I'm over here like, yeah, I can do it. But I also very much love embroidery. 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think this is the start of the just fill it in area. I'm not quite in the just fill it in area yet, so there's that and that. 1 and 2. And this, what I'm working on is where there's blank spots. It was supposed to be, given some of it, because I still have colors left, but a lot of the area around the outside is where you see blank spots. It was supposed to be white, but we opted to not use the white, so that's where we're at right now. I like it way better without the white. One, skip one, and 1. Actually, no. Looking at the wrong line. Good thing I caught it. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. All good. No, my Nana just messaged me back. Um, her sister passed. It's good vibing music. Now, here on from where I am down, at least on this side, because there's only one stitch on it. I count 1X as a stitch, because there is a type of, that with like Heaven and Earth, the really, really big ones, it's called, I just had it in my brain. It is a type of stitching where you just, because, what is it called? Because for me, it's called needlepoint. When you do a half stitch with yarn, on like needlepoint is a bigger count, but it's only half stitches, and most of the time they use a yarn or a purling line. Why can't I? But a lot of Heaven and Earth people, because they're such big projects, they'll just do half stitches with, like, instead I use two lines of thread, and it gives me good coverage. I somehow miscounted, or I misaligned myself, but why can't I think of what it's called? And I want to try it on one of my smaller Heaven and Earths to see how it goes. Like use 3 or 4 stitches to do a piece in half stitch. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Now I gotta look it up. That's my brain. I got a brain itch now. Sorry, my Nana very rarely. I very rarely talk to my Nana. Please hold. Half it. Oh, it's called a tent stitch. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yes, a half stitch project is called a tent stitch. You can also, for those of you who have watched me, you notice I go in one direction and then I go back in the other direction. That is to create uniformity, because there are ways. So I'm gonna hyper focus into a special interest. So much like painting and whatnot, you can create texture with your stitches. If I want a more bold color, I'd use more strands. If I wanted to use a fade color, I would do fewer. And stitch direction also can create a texture. Sometimes your instructions will tell you to tent stitch from bottom right to left, because that will create a different texture. Or if all your stitches are in different directions and whatnot, it does create it creates, I don't want to say chaos, because that's not the right word. If you're looking for uniformity, make sure your stitches are all going in the same direction. If you don't give two flying fucks, and I support this as well, then do what makes you happy. As someone who competitively cross stitches, I instinctively make my stitches all in one direction. My very first cross stitch, this was not the case. But back in those days, the little old ladies were a little nicer to a 14-year-old. Little old ladies are a little more cutthroat when you're a little older. And you're competing in opening space. They're very nice to the youth. They're very nice to the youth crew. But once you hit 18 and you are competing in the adult league, they are mean little old ladies. I'm still a rock star, though. I am a rock star in the little old lady cross-stitch world. I can have my wins somewhere. Yeah, I totally skipped down a line. So I'm fixing it. Fortunately, I'm all done over here. So I'm just going down in here and then moving over to a new area. They are mean. Those little old ladies are mean. I don't care what anybody says. They are hurt your feelings mean. back into the main screen on my phone. Because I love all y'all, but my Nana wins. Back in the day, all my grandparents won, but only my Nana really stuck around. Like, I gotta... My grandmother passed before I really had, like, cell phones and whatnot. Like, she went way before she should have. And that's something that worries my poor little brain here. But my foot really hurts. Ugh. But now and this is my luck. So I have gotten a doctor's appointment. I have gotten everything ready. And I need the symptom to remain visible because for those of us with uteruses, or are female presenting, getting listened to without any proof sucks. The MA who messaged me yesterday, because I messaged my doctor. I'm like, hey, I hurt. Can we get this? Can we have a blood test? And she's like, well, I need you to come in so I can look at it, make sure. It's like, it's a blood test. So I'm like, okay. So I make the doctor's appointment. I had sent her pictures, and she's like, well, how long has it been going on? I'm like, I've been in pain for the better part of a decade. All y'all just keep telling me I'm getting old, and I understand that. I understand not being able to run like a 20-year-old. I should not be in the same levels of pain that I am in walking down the stairs. I should be able to get down, to bend down onto the floor, because I am in relatively good shape. I'm in relatively good shape. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I eat healthy. Like, it's like shingles can't get you anywhere. Yes, that's fine. I understand that. How about we take advantage of the people trying to prevent shit from happening? Sometimes that doesn't happen. I'm sure people out there understand. Sometimes, all the best laid plans are all for naught. 121 stitches left. I'm just trying to move over because they're all over the place. I've gotten all the wild card ones on this color, so once I'm done the chunk that I'm working on, that's I wish people understood. I'm not going out trying to be a hypochondriac. I am not. I have a huge disability that everybody thinks they know about, but they're also thinking about the type 2 version of it. They're not thinking of the one that slowly destroys your body over the course of 30 years. They're like, oh yeah, you got that when you were older. No, bitches. I got it in puberty when I was having all kinds of changes going on. And yeah, that's awesome. I am so glad that you have someone who is willing to listen to you for that, because I feel that I'm gonna have to. I don't want more doctors either. I don't want more. If anything, I want less. And I don't mind treating it if I have more, but I need to know. And in order for me to know, I need to ask the questions and not be judged for asking the questions thinking, oh, she's just looking for more. No. I'm I'm looking for less, but I need to know how to treat my existing conditions. And I need to know that I have these existing conditions in order for me to treat them. It is a whole bunch of why. and so many people are just like, oh, and I run into it with the residents at the facility where I work, where because they're old, they get their questions answered. We had some tests that you should never be putting a 95-year-old woman through because she had an ache somewhere. It's like, so because she is old, can go, oh hey, my hip hurts, and she'll get an MRI, an X-ray, she'll get a hokey pokey, and you do yourself about, you tore yourself about. That's what it's all about. But me at 41 say, hey, my toe is swollen up to the size of a Macy's Day balloon. I think, and it's only the toe. It's not broken, and it will, in about 2 days, it will subside. But I say these things because I know what it's going to do, because it's been doing it for months. And then they're like, well, for how long? I'm like, since August? Well, why didn't you talk to us earlier? I did in October, motherfuckers. So coming into the conclusion of my class, it's like I'm just frustrated because I like my feet and I can feel my feet. So I have lightning in my feet right now. And if it's gout and it's a flare-up, that is fine. If it's arthritis, that is fine. I'm not concerned as to what it is. I know it is something because it comes and goes as it pleases. It makes everything hurt. If I don't wear the right shoes, heaven help me. Luckily I have some really good shoes for work, but at the same time, I walk 10 miles a day. And if my foot hurts, that's 8 hours of pain that I would like to not be around anymore. Okay, is it only 2 hours? Yeah. There's a gap of 2 here. La 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 la. Well, my doctor wants me to go to a neurologist, and I just don't have enough time for the list of doctors. And I can obviously I can deal with the money issue. That's not a problem. I can research and I can save up for a doctor if I need to. That's not the problem. It's going to the doctor and not being listened to. Because it is assumed that I'm just attention seeking. And I'm not. Woo! Have a good one, PPD. Doing that straggler that was way up high. Now we're going down to this area. La 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 la. may have a dog standoff. So yeah, after stream yesterday, I patched the hole in the fence that She-Hulk bust through it. And I got my my shop order fulfilled, and then I did some, oh my goodness, then I did some classwork that I needed to get done. I almost didn't get to shower. Like, that was the scary part, is I almost didn't get to shower because I just got so distracted trying to clean up my mess. I got to work and it was it was a relatively easy night at work. I only had 2 carts, but it was upstairs and downstairs. And the elevator at work is not reliable. No. The elevator at work is not reliable. So okay, so all the open holes in there are... Okay, that makes it easy. So all the open holes where I'm working, if I can get to them all, because somehow I managed to mess it up. This is one of the reasons why you try to keep your back neat. Towards the end of the project, the more jumping you did, the harder it is to break through the string. And that's where sewing needles come into play, or at least pointier embroidery needles. Tapestry needles, as it were. Yeah, I'm working within the confines of this area right now. And there's a whole nother area over there that remains that I'll get to. I'm just hoping that I have some more 3747, which I feel that I do because it is a very popular color. And as I rescue stuff, I hope that I have it. It's funny enough, I do actually use my stash. Might not seem like it sometimes, but I do. But the big kits, I do make sure I have enough. I got lost in myself and I started the thread chicken. Oh my goodness. I'm very, very popular today. My apologies. Um, also, also here in the States, it is Super Tuesday, where we are unfortunately going to have a Trump and Biden face-off again. Now, if I were truly evil, and sometimes I can be because I had this idea. So, if I were the GOP of the United States, and I didn't want Trump to take the, if I wanted to have Trump have a epic and cosmic meltdown, I would let him win all of these primaries. And whether it's legitimate or not, I would let him win all of these primaries. And then when it came to the nomination aspect, I would nominate someone else. I would literally let him win, let him think he is winning, let him think he is getting the nomination, and then I would nominate someone else. Just to watch him pitch a fit. Because there's nothing that says that the winner of the primaries is guaranteed the nomination. There's nothing that says that. It's just kind of suggested. Because I'm kind of a bad person like that. So. Okay. I see that I just have Jules here with me today. So, Jules, if I'm quiet, it's because I'm working on finishing up your project. I'm trying real hard. I only have like 500 stitches left to do, and actually might make a TikTok about the Trump thing, but I don't want to attract the wrong type of people. Like I've worked very hard in the audience that I have attracted on TikTok, but this is almost too tempting to pass up, like really. Actually, I first have to look up. There's no straight answer. Okay, so there's no straight answer. So I could suggest it. Because if it's just a popularity contest, ultimately the leaders of the GOP can go in and go, well, I want this person to be the nominee. And all of them can go, yeah, this is a good idea. And they can nominate someone else. Like just because you're on just because you're a winner of the primaries, I don't think you are obligated to get the nominee. Like, I mean, it's probably best practice, but best practice and required, two totally different things. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Jumping around. Yeah, I'm really fighting with the back of this in this particular area, just because there was lots of jumping around. Jules, you're also getting a big fancy signature from me. I'm gonna put it down in the bottom corner here. Like, I'm putting my signature right there. It's gonna be nice and pretty, and it's gonna be visible. Yeah. I actually stitch my signatures. And you get a, like, the cross stitch gets a different signature than the cross stitch gets a different signature than the paintings. Almost done this little area here. Yeah, I might have to make a TikTok to just see how many people either agree or disagree with me. Be like, hey, how does this process work? There's no straight answer. And if I'm wrong, that's okay. But at the same time, if Trump goes, well, I won all these contests, I won all these primaries, why am I not the nominee? The GOP can go, because we didn't want you as one. And then he has just spent all kinds of money and he's not the nominee. Like, you can run and not be the nominee. I'm fleshing out this idea in my mind into how to make it a well-crafted and not a 90-90 boo-boo TikTok. Because, I mean, I can make it a really fast 90-90 boo-boo TikTok, but I'd much rather have it be well-crafted to make people think about it. Like, you know, I don't like Joe Biden. I don't like Donald Trump. There are so many better people suited for the office of President of the United States. And unfortunately, because how fucked up our government is, and how the system is, we get two old men. One of which I feel just needs to go home and be a grandpa, and one of which needs to find a car fire and hop in. Now, is this going to be better, or is it going to make him worse? Because he already we have a lady like him in the facility, and uh but we don't have and that's that. Thank you for making mention of that. So that's a big thing here, at least in Maine. So in Maine, way before, because Maine is Maine is a very old state. Maine is very elderly, and there are a lot of old people and not a lot of people who are working. Now, because of this, the eligible youth can't, like, it's quite common, and I grew up with it, is taking care of your elderly family members because they're old and they can't live alone, that kind of thing. That's cool. I totally get that. But you can't have someone working a full-time job and taking care of their parents, because it's not feasible. You kill the young person almost as fast as you kill the old person. So they've changed the rules around so that if you are providing support for a family member, you are also getting paid. So potentially you could still have a part-time job or do gig work and still make enough money to support yourself and your elderly family member while existing. I'm not saying it's a perfect system, but it's currently better than a lot of the things out there. Or if you have a disabled child and you have to stay home, you can get reimbursed and you can get paid for having to take care of that person. And I like it and I support it. But it's something that more people need to have going on in their lives, because taking care of a person is not free, and you take away from someplace else if you are expecting that service to be free. I think if you are doing tasks for him, that you need to be reimbursed appropriately. I'm all for helping family members here, there, and whatnot, but there reaches a limit where it starts eating into your ability to go out and do things for your family or yourself. And you need to be properly reimbursed, because what I frequently say is time is not refundable. You have given your time, your energy, your life force to XYZ. So, you should be reimbursed for it properly. However that might be for you. But in this day and age, money seems to be the most universal, appropriate way to reimburse someone. I'm a big fan of pay it forward. Not gonna lie, like, I still have a little bit of string left, so I'm trying to burn it out before I go back up to the top and work my way down. I got all this area all filled in. Whew. Okay, so from there, and then there's here, and I think that's gonna call it a piece there. Okay. So we are down to 83 stitches in this color left. Woo woo! And it's all things that you got to look at. But I do support family members being reimbursed for the time and energy that you are sinking into caring for your family member, because it does take time, it does take training, it does take out from what you could be doing elsewhere. And with all the hullabaloo of people being like, oh, we need this and we need that, then you need to recognize where your assets are being placed and utilized, and make that into the organization. I get a lot done. I sometimes burn myself at both ends of the candlestick, but I do in fact get quite a bit done. And when I know I can't get something done, I'm honest and say I can't get that done at this time, but we can try these times. So it's all just being honest and being like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen, or properly reimbursing people for things that they are doing. I can get a lot done in a short period of time, and I know this. My boss knows this. It's all relative, but oh. I keep looking to see what. Okay, my sugar's at 92. I should probably. Oh, I do have food. I do have food up here. So, with being on their pay rotation, would it be better or worse for you? These are things, and I can't answer, and everybody's individual. Like, if it works for you, go for it. It's kind of like the hot take where I support sex workers. You don't have to support sex workers, but I do, because if someone wants it and they're willing to pay for it and you're willing to give it out, make it a transactional relationship. So many things in this world are transactional relationships, and only some of them get people up in a tizzy. I support sex workers. If you want to have sex and you're willing to pay for it and someone's willing to give it to you consensually, go for it. and it's such a big industry. Like, sex work is huge, and it is money that is being lost because some people who are a little too uptight for their own good don't want to sit and regulate it, but they'll bitch about it. Make it legal. If you want money, make where the money is legal. uh I haven't because the algorithm is funky. I haven't seen her in a bit, but I followed a sex worker on the Cadillac Ranch. Her stories were phenomenal. Like, I wish I could be that comfortable with myself. Like, she's beautiful. She has some great stories. Like, I wish I could be that comfortable, that confident, and that is not me. I'm confident in some areas, but definitely not that area. Sorry, food requires chewing. No, stop crying. Food does not require crying. I'm hoping to play with some stencils today. Maybe set up a couple of dye work. Whip out the seed beads. They really do, they really do. Like, it's everywhere. And in all fairness, it's not if you're actually attractive or not. It is, are you confident enough to sell yourself? That's the thing. I'm not. That's why I'm not a salesperson. I am not confident in that area. Like, It's the hardest part of the course that I'm running into is they're like, you gotta sell yourself. I'm like, fuck that noise. I mean, in the aspect of some things, like, I showed my job coach all the art that I do, like all the stencils and all the beadwork, and she's like, why haven't you put any of this in your portfolio? I'm like, because it's physical art and not techno art. And she's like, no, you need to integrate this stuff into your portfolio. I'm like, well, I don't know how much you have, but my case study too is a revamp of my actual website. I don't even know what dog I'm petting right now. I think it's Pig. Are you Pig? Which dog are you? Look me in the face. Look me in the face and tell me who you are. It's Pig. Oh, you have Scritchy Butt? Is that what it is? You She-Hulk through a fence and now you have Scritchy Butt? Is that what it is? Yes? I will deal with your Scritchy Butt after stream. Hmm. Going down the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. That can be such a dirty song if I tried. And I really don't even have to try. Welcome to my brain. As my speaking voice dies, my leg is on fire. Like, this is just not a fun time for me. I really need to get this finished. Makes me feel better about life. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's someone like dancing out in front of my house. Here we go. Close all the windows. What's going on? Oh. My notification's just like... See, when I interact and speak with people, they're like, you're really, really good at this. What? Because I don't... If someone tells me no, like, I'll tell you the goods, the bads, the ups, the downs, the pros, the cons, anything that I am working with and you want to know about. I have a no holds barred. That can be considered both good and bad in sales because you're supposed to be promoting and hiding all the bad things. And I'm not like that. If someone buys a product from me, I want them to know the potential bads. Like with my fabric, I tell people in every description that these are hand dyed items. These hands are green. These hands are green. This is the gunk is the green from the product that I just got done making yesterday. My fingers were much greener yesterday. But I tell people these are hand-dyed products. They're not all gonna look the same. What you're getting is one of a kind. Even when I try, it's not gonna come out the same. But that's the beauty of it, is it's not all the same. So, like, that's why I don't make a good salesperson. Is I'm like, I can try, but you know, it's gonna be different. So. Here. That's where I am. This is where I'm going. So hilarious story that happened last night. So I work at a senior living facility, and I pass meds. Not a very exciting job. Pays the bills. I have learned a whole lot about a whole lot of people. Not where I fully belong in life. And so the one of the maintenance guys locked his keys in his car. And I go, have you used a wire coat hanger to loop it around your door and pull it open? He's like, yeah, I've tried that. Doesn't work. So I take it at that. I take it at face value. I don't question him. And I go on with my day. Around dinner time at 5 o'clock, and mind you, he leaves at 3. Dinner time at 5 o'clock, he's still outside. His wife is out there. And all the residents are like, can anybody go out there and help him? And I shrug my shoulders and I go, okay, and I go out there to assess the situation. And so I'm like, do you have a wire coat hanger? They're like, no, we've already tried this. I'm like, okay, you're still not in your vehicle, so let's play this game. Humor the raw. So they have a screwdriver and they've bent the doors a little bit so they can get in. So I get the coat hanger in there and I latch it around the handle. Now I'm short when it comes to a lot of vehicles and their angles and whatnot. And they're like, oh, that's what, and he's like, oh, that's what you meant. I didn't try that. And I almost get it open a couple of times. And then we try different doors, we try different angles, and I'm just about ready to give up. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't get this open. And the guy goes, well, let me try. So he loops the hook instead of making it a hook, and he loops it around, and with his height, he's able to open his door. And I'm like, okay, well, and it's a slow process. There's a reason I don't do B&E as a full-time job. A, it's bad. B&E is bad. But I'm so slow at it. And I figure that I'd get faster if I did it more. But I was like, they're like, oh, you got him into his car. I'm like, yeah, I have a list of things that can't go on resumes. But every car that I've ever broken into, and every car that I've ever broken into, I've had the owner's permission. Because they see how I think outside the box, and I intentionally go slow as to not damage a vehicle. If you want to damage your car, that's fine, but I will never intentionally majorly damage any of your property. If I'm going around damaging property, you have irked the wrong raw. But yeah, I know how to get into things, and last night I guess I proved it. It was funny. His wife gave me a hug. Oh, I'm not even in the right area. God damn it. Oh, we'll figure it out. I'm getting commentary from the dogs. I'm being judged by the canines. I guess I'm just jumping around at this point in time. And with a wire coat hanger, I can get into Did you have to accept that I have naughty language again? I with a wire coat hanger, I can get into just about anything, as long as I have the time. And that's why when I am doing questionable things, I make sure that I have the permission of the owner, because it's slow. I'll get you what you want, but it is slow, and yeah. That happens to me every once in a while too. Is I'm like, huh, I just logged into this. I was just doing this last night. What's going on? And it's like, you know. So I feel ya. Alright, 50 stitches of this color left. Oh geez. Sorry, the granola bar I've been munching on stuck in my teeth. Well, I'm hoping she's okay with them. I love that you guys have a center for all the spicy kids. I think it should be called the Neuro Spicy Center. Kid Spice. Are you strange and unusual? Maybe you should go to Spice. And I'm sure that has some negative connotations somewhere, but quite frankly, meh. You know, growing up, there used to be like a sports zone that they called the Zone. After I'm done on air with this, I need to find some dark brown thread to finish up some French knots. I need to see if I need to get this done by Wednesday because I need to so I can spend the weekend getting my case 3 done because apparently it needs to the rough draft needs to be turned in on Monday. And while I have like stick figures, they're expecting the pretties. So because the 19th is coming right up here, so I want to get this off the table, and I should. Like there's no chance that I don't get this done this week, just because of how little there is left. But I'm almost done this program. I've learned so much, and I'm looking forward to skinning up the final project that I have. Essentially, my final product is walking to donate to charity because I see the apps where you can walk to earn money. So just taking a spin on that and having a pedometer app that is skinned for charities, and like you get to pick which charity, and as when you pick a different charity, the skin changes. So I'm doing 3, and it's just gonna go to a website that explains who they are, what they're doing, would show your profile, stuff like that. So, but gotta get that all functioning by Monday ish. But yeah, so I'm almost done the long stitch sunflower for my coworker, and her friends already want them. And I'm like, for you, this price. For them, you tell them this price, because I know you, and that's cool. But I don't know them, and that's a whole nother topic. She just laughed and went, "That's fine." And I do that. Like I'll be very open that um, for most friends, I will do it at cost, and especially if I haven't done the skill in a while. Um, like my long stitch, I have not done that in a hot minute, so the cost of that is significantly less than XYZ. But if you go through my website, sorry, there's no friends and family. If you go through my website, you're paying what you're paying. I do art trade, like I'll do art trades with people too. Like time for time. Almost done. Really, this is like at the very tippy top, so it's very hard to angle the camera and be able to stitch at the same time. But I have about 3 lines left. I support just being. I get a little bit of that today before I have to go to work. So not a whole lot. Mostly because I'm opting to take cowboy beans for dinner again. I love the cowboy beans, and they are yummy and they are safe food, and it means I don't have to cook. But I'm gonna cook tomorrow because it's my night off. I guess that was. Oh no. I have one more piece. The area I'm working in is a little bit of a miscount, so like I can't accurately say, oh yeah, I only have this many stitches left because I'm smoothing over an oops. So but soon. Ah. Best of luck, dragon. Okay, so just to note, tomorrow I will not be streaming, just because of training. Unless that is, I get to a point where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm almost done. Let's or I am done. Let's toss this baby in the air. Because it is really close, and there is a good chance that I will get to that point at some point tomorrow. Because to be fair, my training's not till 11:30, but I am me, and I'm gonna be there early because they want me to set up tech. and I'm not getting caught off guard again. I know I have everything for it, but I need to make I need to thaw the bread out so I can have a French toast casserole. And because I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off this weekend, because Friday I'm getting my eyes zapped. Which I'm not looking forward to, but it's the last time I will have to have the eye laser. My ultimate plan is to ask them what I can take beforehand, like for Tylenol and whatnot. Like, can I take Tylenol? What do you suggest? And then when I'm in there, I'm just gonna disassociate, and for that, I'm gonna have to go to a place where I was the last time I had eye surgery, which was the day after Rune passed. So, disassociating on command for the fun, yay! But I'm gonna be a hot mess after because I found that disassociating is a handy skill to have when you don't want to be in more pain. So, yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's actually, the last time I was in that office was the day after Rune passed. So that's how I'm gonna get through laser surgery on Friday. are done this color. As soon as I get these two half stitches done. I love breakfast casserole. Oh, mackerel. Okay, yeah. I like the farmer's breakfast casserole. That is like one of my favorites. I have to be careful about ham though, because some of the ham glazes use wheat. Because it's sticky! They don't tell you about it. Because it's not the main ingredient. Okay. Wherever that one is. Black color. Okay, so I mean, there are some ham. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty of casseroles. Is make them and they're reheatable too. Like I could easily see myself being casserole queen. Like for real. Okay. I need to make sure that I have more 3-7, 4-7, which we are done. We have hit 0 on that color. Now I need to pick another color. See what we got going on here. 722. Okay, so these are the colors that we have left in this cross stitch. We got 722. I don't know why that's in there. We don't even have that in there anymore. We got 3, 3, 4, 8. We got 3801. Where is it? Okay, well, that one is not in here anymore. That one's not in here anymore. Okay, so 722. Okay, 3756 is the other one, but that one's a hoop one. So 1, 2. Okay, those are the 3 colors that we have choices from. That's what I do. That's what I do. So we have. I guess we can only see. Okay. Let's see if we can. Okay. Those are the 3 colors: red, orange, or green. Okay. Literally, those are it's those 3 colors left. I just gotta find out where I need to be. La, 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 la. There's only 229 of this stitch left. And I think I mathed somewhere wrong because let me see. I'll do the exact math because I haven't touched any of these colors. Delete. We got 203 plus 310 plus 9. Okay, so my count was a little off. We still have 742 stitches left to do, but it should go really, really fast because a lot of these are just fill in the blanks. Like they have clear boundaries where I just got done the last one that had wonky ass boundaries. Like all these other ones are, hey, go down this line till this point. So, but we are closing in. We are absolutely closing in, and I'm super. As I fight with the string, which seemingly is winning more than it should. Yeah, there's lots of factors that go into how fast can I get this done. Um, I'm and motivation is a big one. I'm very motivated to get this done. We've already done 303 stitches today. But I will fix my math to figure out what the fuck is going on. Zoom in. Where are we starting off? I think this particular color is very, very all over the place. I'm trying to find its clump because there are 229 stitches of it, and it can't just be all over the place. There has to be a clump. But I might be wrong. Okay. Well, we're gonna do this. Okay. We got this. Yeah. Gotta make sure that the microphone is facing me. Get inside. This is where we start. So, plan on this one. We're gonna go down around the outside and then down around the inside because this is a jumpy. All of it is just solid jump. So, do the best I can with what I got. Outside then inside. Yeah, going from right to left is always... It's a string waster, but I have a lot of this color. because I'm running out of because I had to do that huge ass jump. I'm gonna pick away at the bottom one that I have just here, so when I come back, I don't have to come back all the way up here. Because there's only one. There's one stitch right there that is up in this area. Actually, this color is a great transition. This is a very nice transition from the orange to the red. Because it could be, because it's red-orange. We got that there. That's a completely different color. And then this one here, and then this one spot right here. A sneaking suspicion a lot of the remaining colors are just all over the place. So we end that piece of string. We move the camera a little bit because I do know that there's a huge clumping over here. We might have actually run into one area of the cross stitch where I don't have too many counting errors. Most of the counting errors were on the cool side, which I find hilarious because I enjoy that end of the spectrum. But yeah, most of the whoops is on the other side. Now the one downside to the loop start that I prefer is if I don't have a super long piece of string, because I only just recently switched over to the loop start. So some of the threads I have are just a little shorter. This one. Ooh, okay. And we're still working up really close to the top, so it's hard to get a good angle at where I'm sitting. Ooh, okay, we are hitting the jackpot in this area, at least on the down. One. Oh, there's a wrong count at that step. So 1, 2. Okay, so 3. 1, and then 2, and then ooh. Okay. Now I have my starting point. Yeah, this when I hit the bottom, this is the first part of the underside that has. You're fine, ma'am. Oh my goodness, yeah, measles. Luckily, I in fact did get the measles vaccine, um, like I was supposed to. I'm really hoping that it doesn't need to be renewed because that would suck. Parents, get your kids vaccinated. Because all you're doing when you say, well, vaccines cause autism, if you're still believing that old dead trope that is 120,000% not true. So, if you're still believing that old trope, what you're telling me is you'd rather have a dead kid than a kid with autism, which is not cool. Because we can and do grow up to be fully functional, very spicy adults. Very spicy. Very, very spicy. Just to mark where I am. I guess where we're heading is the most prominent place this color is. Yeah. In the entire pattern, it only had the 208 stitches, or 210. I'm trying to remember. I forgot to cross out so many of the colors as I got them finished. Yeah. We don't need that shit. I think today I'm also going to run some more cloth through a hand wash. Just trying to, because down on the sides, it's always hard to tell where you are, and making sure that you're marking your stitches properly. Okie doke. I am seeing that is 11:57. Let me finish up like a couple of these stitches here, and I will get on to our stats of the day. Now I can't give you how many stitches I have left because apparently I messed up somewhere in calculation. So we're still a little high, but let me see if I can fix that real fast. Let me get this all set. Yeah. 342 stitches today, which is kind of impressive. But let me fix my math. Let's see, 342. What was the Snow White? No, I don't want to. All the way to the bottom for the V. No, I don't want it. Yeah. I don't want to ruin it. It's so close. I know, I'm burning time. Gotta fix my math. I gotta fix my math. So, but we're almost done. We are at, let me hit enter here. According to my stitches, we're at 98.62%. But I'll figure this out. I'll have the right numbers later on and I'll post them in Discord. So, I love you all. I'm gonna let my dogs out, get some stuff out. Thank you for the gift of your time. And I will be back on Thursday, 10 to noon per usual. And hopefully we'll be discussing the end of this project. But who knows? Oh my goodness. I will see everybody on the flip side.